Welcome back to another episode of the Boostly podcast, and we're going to start something a little bit different, and we'll see how it goes. And if you like it, please let me know in the comments or reply in an email. So for those of you that have stuck around for a while, you'll know that once every, say, couple of months, I do a long version podcast called The Marketing Review, a Marketing Review Live. And the way that Marketing Review Live works is that we will get a host on that has filled in this form, which is the review form, and we will do a Zoom call. We'll talk together and we'll go over the form, so this form here that you see, and we'll go through the answers. And what we'll try and do is we'll try and help that host come over what their biggest pain points is when it comes to marketing. And as you can see, the information that we get, it tells me everything that I need to know, and then we can give some advice and off we go. Now, the reason why the marketing reviews work is that the problem that host may be having, I guarantee that somebody else watching in live will be able to relate and be able to get something from it. Now, they work well, but they take a lot of time, 45 minutes to an hour, maybe more. And the whole point of doing these daily podcasts is that I want there to be lots of episodes that are under 10 minutes. So hosts all over the world, doesn't matter how busy you are, you can tune in every single day and pick up something that you can put into practice now. And this got me onto the idea of doing mini marketing reviews. And I've got a couple to start off with over the course of the coming days. And if you would like to be part of it, all you need to do is you need to go to boostly, boostly.co.uk/review, REVIEW. Fill the form in. When you get to the bottom, it'll ask you a very simple question. Would you like to be part of a marketing review? Just tick the yes button. I'll get a little notification. And who knows, you may be part of the next round of series that we do for this. Now, we've got a couple, and I'm going to start off with the first ever one. And we're going to start off over in Australia, Victoria, Australia, and Sandy Kate Hutchins. So Sandy, I'll make sure that you see this video. I'll tag you in on the Instagram or wherever else may be. So hello, thank you so much for filling this in. And we're going to start off with you. So first and foremost, thank you for filling in the form. And we're going to do a super quick mini marketing review. So less than 10 minutes, mini market review. We're going to look at a couple of things that Sandy's filled in and told me about the business. And then as best as I can, with the information that I have, I will try and give you some helps and pointers that will get you to where you want to be. So I'm not going to share the screen to start off with, but I'm just going to go through a couple of the answers. And when it comes to pricing software, so I asked what pricing software, was it Price Labs, Wheelhouse, Beyond? I look at what my local area is pricing and I just match that. So we'll definitely talk about that. I asked what the biggest pain point, lockdowns, COVID, a lot of people have said that. Where would you like to be in the next 6 months? Employing staff, because they're doing everything themselves, her and a partner. And the business is really cool. So the business is called Prime Pet Friendly Tourist Park in Victoria, and we'll go through that in a second. It's really nailed down on the niche, which is what I love, and it is reflected in the reviews and the ranking, etc. Interestingly, they get a lot of their bookings come from a Google search, which, you got to combine a lot of things, as you will know from the stats and the surveys that came out. People came out of lockdown wanting to travel with their pets. They were preferring pet-friendly accommodation. I only spoke about this recently, a couple of episodes ago. 6% more bookings, increase in bookings if you take pets compared to any other year, which is really interesting. So they haven't sent emails ever in such a long time, so we'll definitely talk about that. But let's delve in, shall we? Let's have a look at the website. So again, now first and foremost, this is not a Boostly website. I do have to state that, but it is a very good website. They tick a lot of the boxes. I like on the top here, they've got the button here, which stands out, which is, we talk about this a lot. Instead of it being availability and pricing, I would change it because it is a bit overbearing. Maybe change it to check prices, or it could be check availability or book now, something short, sharp and sweet, because it will make this reduced a little bit and it'll just stand out and make it look a little bit better. Now, instantly, when you land on here, you know a lot more about the property. My personal opinion would be, I would go for this image here and I would have it as just a standalone image. And like I always talk about, you got to have a tagline. So you got to tell everybody who you are and what you do. So it could be, for example, Prime Tourist Park, #1 rated, pet friendly accommodation in Victoria. So really give it, because they are really good. We'll go look at TripAdvisor in a second. They're one of the top rated properties. And again, the boats and the dolphins are great, but I think that one of their key aspects, their key selling points, is that they are very pet dog friendly. Okay, so as you can see, this is what's called above the fold. So obviously we want people to scroll down or click go to obviously find out more. Their booking engine, by the way, is NewBook. Very popular in Australia. Mark Berry is always pestering me to find out more about NewBook. Again, it's one on the list. I haven't had time to do so yet, but yeah, NewBook, really popular in Australia. I have had a look at it. A lot of people do rave about it as well. Absolutely 100% dog friendly. They literally let you know straight away, absolutely 100% dog friendly. So, Sandy, what I would say here would be, welcome to Prime Park. You could put that here, and you could put absolutely 100% dog friendly right here. It feels to me that they get asked that question a lot. Check their reviews on Google, Trip, and Facebook, WikiCampers, and CampMate. So obviously they're listed everywhere. They get a lot of good reviews, etc., etc. Pet-friendly accommodation. Again, they're really doubling down on the aspect on their avatar that they are very pet-friendly. So as you can scroll down, local attractions, about us, which is always a good thing to have on. In my opinion, what I would do is I would get rid of a lot of this. To be honest, this is what's called the junk drawer. If you've ever read Storybrand, Donald Miller, I would leave all of this to have at the bottom. And what I would do is I would actually fill out that home page with a little bit more. So talk about, the facilities that you have, X, Y, and Z. And obviously you don't have to list it out, big blocks of text, but when you do it this way, and you want to have 80% of the information on your homepage for many reasons that I've talked about before, but 80% of your whole website information be on that homepage. Just on the scroll, you're just literally ticking off all of the mental barriers that are going on in your customer's head right now. So let's just have a very quick look at TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is obviously very important to a tourist park, which if you've got here, number 4 of 42 speciality lodging, which is fantastic, well done. Lots of great reviews. There really is only 1 or 2 bad reviews, which you've got so many people coming through. It's really good to see. And what I love about what Sandy's doing is responds to everybody, and it's different in every way, shape or form. Even the bad ones, responds to it in a professional manner. So this is NewBook right here. As you can see here, they have the little fear of loss. Someone in Morlell booked, which is kind of cool. Again, you can do your dates, etc., etc. Now, one thing that I do love about TripAdvisor is that not only can you have your pictures, etc., but you can also have the guest pictures as well, which really does give you a good indication of a bit more behind the scenes of the property, what they're providing, what are your guests shouting out about. And being a pet-friendly property, you're going to get lots of amazing pictures of the campsite, of the park, and you're going to get pictures of the pets as well. Really tapping into that niche. Moving over to Instagram and Facebook, etc. Again, I can see we have the images. I can see this is an app that maybe isn't so used to posting. I mean, obviously we've got some great images here behind the scenes. I'd definitely be focusing more on the services that you offer. I believe from having a little scroll down and looking at facilities, obviously you've got the water park, swimming pool, boat parking, off-leash dog run, dog cleaning, doggy daycare, Tesla recharge. Again, these are the things that I'd be talking about, blogging about, and definitely emailing. You have definitely got that social vibe at the property, as in you meet and greet. Like you said, you do a lot of it yourself. I definitely think people would love to keep in touch with you via email. Like, think of it as a long lost pen pal. So definitely be collecting your guest details. There's a number of ways you can do so. Contact form, email, pre or post stay. Try and get people over to MailChimp and then keep in contact that way. Now, regarding hiring and regarding of taking a little bit time back, trying to figure out what tasks you should be doing or not be doing, that's something that we can't do in a marketing review. You have to figure that out yourself, and I definitely would recommend it. Hiring coming out of COVID and the pandemic is obviously very hard, and especially if you're in a bit more of a rural location in Australia, is always going to be tricky to do, but the more you can do it, it's definitely recommended, because then you'll be able to focus on the things that you like doing within the business. So maybe the social media or whatever isn't for you. But what I would definitely recommend doing is if either you're going to hire there or hire elsewhere, please look to do so as soon as possible. So you told me a couple of things. Number one, pricing, you just look at what everybody else is doing. I think with the emergence of pricing software tools, Wheelhouse, Price Labs Beyond, please do go and check them out. It really will help you, even if you can just get a bump in 10-12%. Obviously, staycation is going to be in Australia the big source of your bookings, definitely in 2021, coming out of winter, which it is now, and into the spring and the summer, and definitely moving into the early part of 2023 until world start to reopen, Australia starts to reopen. And even out of it, I think that the majority of your guests would be from obviously Australia, maybe a 4, 5, 6 hour radius around where you live. Obviously, you've got camper van facilities and whatnot. I definitely think email is a route you need to go down. And also as well, try and collect that data as soon as possible. So my 2 recommendations for yourself, Sandy, when you do come around to watch this, number 1, look to invest in a pricing software tool, Wheelhouse, Price Labs Beyond, free to check out. Also as well, look to use MailChimp. It's a free software tool. Start to collect your guest data and then start to email. Do a monthly email, even if it's just a picture of a dog. That is literally all you need to do. It will keep people coming back for more, because pets owners love to see pictures of other pets. It is what it is. And you've got fantastic places to start. You can just go and grab pictures from your TripAdvisor page, which is obviously still here, or you can go into Instagram, click on tagged, and that is what people are uploading of your stay at your property onto their social media right now. So well done. Love what you're doing. Please do keep going and let me know when you watch this video. And for those of you that have tuned in, what do you think? What should Sandy be doing to generate more bookings, more revenue? Should she be looking at email? What else could she be looking in for? I pass the floor over to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with another mini market review. In the meantime, what do you think? Is this something you would like? If so, leave a comment below or just go and fill in boostly.co.uk/review, and I shall be back tomorrow.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.